In the quiet heart of an ancient forest, where sunlight filters through a canopy older than empires, a 1,000-year-old tree stands as a sentinel of time. Its gnarled roots clutch the earth, its trunk bears the scars of storms, and its branches whisper stories of centuries past. For woodworkers and artisans, this tree is more than a resource, it is a legacy, a raw material that, through skill and labor, will become heirloom furniture to grace homes for generations. The journey from forest to finished piece is a complex tapestry of human ingenuity, mechanical precision, and reverence for nature's grandeur. This chapter traces that journey, step by step, revealing the artistry and challenges of transforming ancient wood into objects of enduring beauty. The harvest, felling a giant. The process begins with the monumental act of harvesting a 1,000-year-old tree, a decision fraught with ecological and ethical weight. Not all trees of such age are suitable for furniture. Artisans seek species like oak, mahogany, teak, walnut, or cedar, prized for their durability, grain, and rich hues. These giants, often exceeding 100 feet in height and 10 feet in diameter, are selected with care, their health and structural integrity assessed to ensure the wood within is sound. In modern forestry, the selection process blends tradition with technology. Arborists use tools like increment borers to extract core samples, revealing the tree's age and growth patterns through its rings. Sonar-based scanners detect internal defects, cracks, rot, or hollows that could compromise the wood's quality. Once chosen, the tree's location is mapped using GPS to plan access routes, minimizing disruption to the surrounding ecosystem. Sustainable operations, certified by bodies like the Forest Stewardship Council, FSC, prioritize selective logging, ensuring younger trees are spared and replanting offsets the loss. Yet, in regions with lax oversight, ancient trees are often felled recklessly, a practice that strips forests of their eldest guardians. Felling begins with a team of loggers, their chainsaws roaring like mechanical beasts. For a tree of this scale, saws with 36 to 48-inch bars are standard, their carbide-tipped teeth slicing through bark and sapwood. The lead cutter carves a wedge-shaped notch, known as the undercut, on the side facing the desired fall direction. This notch, typically 1/5 of the trunk's diameter, guides the tree's descent. A back cut follows on the opposite side, stopping short to leave a hinge of uncut wood, a natural pivot that controls the fall. As the tree leans, creaking under its own weight, loggers retreat, shouting warnings over the din. With a shuddering crash, the giant collapses, its impact echoing through the forest, silencing birds and shaking the earth. The felled tree is a colossus laid low, its branches sprawling like a fallen crown. Debarking comes next, often done on site to reduce weight for transport. Handheld tools like draw knives strip away moss, lichen, and rough bark, while portable debarkas, gas-powered machines with rotating blades, handle larger trunks. Beneath lies the heartwood, the dense, dark core that artisans prize for its tight grain and resistance to decay. This heartwood, formed over centuries, is the soul of the furniture to come, its patterns a map of the tree's long life. Sectioning the trunk into manageable logs follows. Hydraulic shears or secondary chainsaws cut the tree into lengths of 8 to 20 feet, depending on the mill's capacity. Ancient trees pose unique challenges. Their weight, sometimes exceeding 20 tons, demands heavy-duty skidders, machines with grappling claws that drag logs to a landing zone. Hidden stresses within the wood can cause logs to split unpredictably, a hazard that tests even seasoned loggers. Transporting these behemoths through narrow forest trails requires skill, with trucks navigating ruts and slopes to reach the mill. Each step, from felling to hauling, is a dance of precision, balancing efficiency with respect for the forest's fragile balance. The environmental toll of harvesting ancient trees cannot be ignored. A single mature tree anchors an ecosystem, its canopy sheltering wildlife, its roots stabilizing soil, its leaves cycling carbon, Felling it disrupts this web, potentially for centuries, as saplings take decades to fill the gap. Sustainable practices mitigate this replanting, protecting adjacent trees, and limiting harvests, but the allure of ancient wood's unmatched beauty often drives over exploitation. In 2024, reports on X highlighted illegal logging in the Amazon, where thousand-year-old mahogany trees were felled for luxury markets, sparking global outcry. The woodworker's craft, then, begins with a choice: to honor the tree's legacy through ethical sourcing or to perpetuate a cycle of loss. To the sawmill, slicing time into planks. At the sawmill, the raw logs are transformed into usable lumber, a process that reveals the tree's inner beauty. The mill is a symphony of noise and motion. Conveyor belts hum, saws scream, and workers shout over the clatter. Logs arrive muddy and scarred, their surfaces hiding the potential within. The first task is cleaning. High-pressure water jets blast away dirt and grit, preparing the logs for cutting. The head saw, a massive bandsaw or circular saw, is the mill's heart. For ancient trees, bandsaws are preferred. They're thin, continuous blades wasting less wood than circular models. The log is mounted on a carriage, guided by laser sights to maximize yield. The sawyer, a skilled operator, decides the cutting pattern: quarter sawing for stability and dramatic grain, or flat sawing for wider boards. Each pass of the blade peels away a slab, revealing swirls of grain, knots from long-gone branches, and colors ranging from creamy sapwood to chocolate heartwood. A single log can yield dozens of planks, each a canvas for the artisan's vision. Milling ancient wood is both art and science. The tree's age means denser wood, which dulls blades faster and demands frequent sharpening. Internal stresses, built up over centuries, can cause boards to warp or crack as they're cut, a phenomenon called checking. To counter this, sawyers adjust blade speed and apply water to cool the wood, reducing friction. The process is slow. Cutting a 12-foot log into 2-inch planks can take hours, but haste risks ruining irreplaceable material. Grading follows, with planks sorted by quality and intended use. Furniture-grade lumber, free of major knots or blemishes, commands the highest value. Lower grades, with character marks like burls or spalting, suit rustic pieces. Ancient wood often yields exceptional boards, its tight grain and rich color ideal for high-end furniture. In 2023, a single black walnut log from a 1,200-year-old tree in Oregon fetched $50,000 at auction, its planks destined for custom dining tables. Such value underscores the mill's role in unlocking the tree's potential. Waste is a constant concern. Sawdust and offcuts accumulate, often repurposed for mulch, animal bedding, or biomass energy. Sustainable mills aim for near-zero waste, but the reality varies. In developing regions, where ancient trees are milled with outdated equipment, up to 40% of the log may be lost, a tragedy for both the forest and the craft. Modern mills, equipped with computer-guided saws, achieve yields above 80%, preserving more of the tree's legacy. Drying and seasoning, taming the wood. Freshly cut planks, known as green lumber, are heavy with moisture, often containing 50% water by weight. To become furniture, this moisture must drop to 6 to 12%, a process called drying or seasoning. Without it, the wood would warp, shrink, or crack, ruining months of work. Drying is a delicate balance, coaxing water from the wood without stressing its fibers. Air drying is the traditional method, stacking planks in open sheds with spacers to allow airflow. Covered from rain but exposed to breezes, the wood dries slowly, about 1 year per inch of thickness. For ancient hardwoods, which are denser, drying can take 2 years or more. The method preserves the wood's natural color and minimizes cracking but demands patience and space, luxuries not all mills afford. Kiln drying, by contrast, is fast and controlled. Planks are stacked in insulated chambers, where fans circulate heated air, typically at 120 to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity is adjusted to prevent shock, with schedules tailored to the wood's species and thickness. A 2-inch oak plank might dry in 6 weeks, teak in 8. Ancient wood, with its tight grain, resists drying, requiring lower temperatures to avoid honeycombing internal splits invisible until finishing. Kilns use sensors to monitor moisture, ensuring uniformity, but overuse can dull the wood's luster, a risk artisans weigh carefully. Both methods have trade-offs. Air drying is eco-friendly, using no energy beyond nature's, but risks mold or insect damage in humid climates. Kiln drying is reliable but consumes electricity, adding to the process's carbon footprint. In 2024, a study shared on X estimated that kiln drying hardwood emits 0.5 tons of CO2 per cubic meter, prompting calls for hybrid methods combining air and kiln drying. For 1,000-year-old wood, the choice depends on the artisan's priorities: time, quality, or sustainability. Once dried, the wood is stable but not yet ready. Seasoning follows, allowing planks to acclimate to their intended environment. Stored in climate-controlled warehouses, the wood adjusts to local humidity, preventing future movement in finished furniture. This step, often overlooked, is critical for ancient wood, whose density makes it sensitive to even slight changes. A mahogany table crafted in Indonesia, for instance, might warp in a dry London home without proper seasoning. Crafting the furniture, artistry in motion. With planks dried and seasoned, the woodworker's craft begins in earnest. The workshop, whether a small artisan's shed or a sprawling factory, buzzes with possibility. Tools line the walls, chisels honed to razor sharpness, planes whispering across wood, rooters humming with precision. Here, the ancient tree's journey culminates in furniture that marries form and function. The process starts with design. Artisans sketch plans, often inspired by the wood itself, its grain dictating curves, its knots suggesting accents. For 1,000-year-old wood, simplicity often reigns, letting the material's natural beauty shine. A dining table might showcase a single slab, its live edge preserving the tree's contour, while a chair might highlight quarter-sawn grain for strength and elegance. Planing smooths the planks, removing mill marks and revealing the wood's true texture. Hand planes, with their satisfying shavings, are favored for small pieces, while industrial planers handle larger boards. Ancient wood, dense and hard, resists cutting, dulling blades quickly. Artisans pause often to sharpen tools, a ritual that slows the pace but ensures precision. Shaping follows, where raw planks become components: legs, arms, panels. Bandsaws and jigsaws cut curves, while lathes spin wood into spindles or posts. For intricate work, like carved headboards, chisels and gouges sculpt details, a nod to traditions predating machinery. Ancient wood's density makes shaping laborious. A teak chair leg might take hours to carve, its fibers fighting every stroke. Yet this resistance yields durability, ensuring the piece endures. Joinery is the craft's soul, finding parts without nails or screws. Dovetail joints, with their interlocking tails, secure drawers, while mortise and tenon joints anchor tables and chairs. These techniques, honed over centuries, rely on precision. Gaps as small as 1/32 inch can weaken a joint. Ancient wood, with its stable grain, holds joints tightly, rewarding the artisan's skill. In Japan, where 1,000-year-old cedar is crafted into temple beams, joinery achieves near-mythical status, with pieces lasting centuries without glue. Assembly brings the piece to life. Components are fitted, adjusted, and glued, often with hide glue for reversibility. Clamps hold the structure firm as the glue cures, a process that can take days for large pieces. Ancient wood's weight demands robust designs. A walnut dining table might weigh 300 pounds, its legs reinforced to bear the load. Artisans check alignments obsessively, knowing a misstep could mar the tree's legacy. Sanding smooths every surface, progressing from coarse 80 grit paper to fine 400 grit for a glass-like finish. Ancient wood reveals stunning patterns under sanding, burls like frozen flames, figure like rippling water. The process is meditative but dusty, with artisans donning masks to avoid inhaling fine particles. For a high-end piece, sanding might take 20 hours, each stroke a tribute to the tree's age. Finishing seals the wood, protecting it while enhancing its beauty. Oils like 2-more linseed penetrate deeply, nourishing the grain, while varnishes add a glossy shield. Ancient wood, with its tight pores, absorbs finishes unevenly, requiring multiple coats. Artisans test samples first, ensuring the finish honors the wood's character. A teak cabinet might glow golden under oil, a mahogany chair deep into burgundy under lacquer. Toxic fumes from finishes demand ventilation, a modern necessity for an ancient craft. Cultural and historical context. The journey from forest to furniture is steeped in tradition. 1,000-year-old trees have furnished human history: Viking longhouses of oak, Chinese palaces of sandalwood, Egyptian sarcophagi of cedar. In medieval Europe, cathedrals rose from ancient yew and elm, their pews and altars crafted by nameless artisans. Today, the craft persists, blending old techniques with new tools. In Scandinavia, log homes built from ancient pine echo Viking methods, while in Japan, temples of hinoki cypress honor centuries-old joinery. Ancient wood carries cultural weight. For indigenous communities, like the Haida of Canada, old-growth cedar is sacred, carved into totem poles that tell ancestral stories. Harvesting such trees without consent sparks conflict, as seen in 2023 protests over British Columbia's logging plans, widely discussed on ex-artisans using ancient wood bear a responsibility to respect these ties, sourcing ethically and acknowledging the tree's cultural roots. The environmental debate looms large. Ancient trees store vast carbon, felling one releases centuries of sequestered CO2. Sustainable forestry mitigates this, but demand for exotic woods fuels black markets. In 2024, Interpol reported seizing 2,000 tons of illegally logged rosewood, much of it bound for furniture. Artisans face a paradox: their craft celebrates nature, yet risks its destruction. Choosing reclaimed or certified wood offers a path forward, preserving both the craft and the forest. The finished piece, a legacy, endures. The completed furniture, a table, chair, or cabinet, is more than an object. It is a collaboration between nature and human hands, a 1,000-year-old tree reborn as art. Each piece carries marks of its journey, grain shaped by ancient rains, knots from forgotten branches, hues deepened by time. In a home, it becomes a gathering point, a backdrop to meals, laughter, and memories. Ancient wood's durability ensures longevity. A well-crafted oak table can last centuries, its patina growing richer with age. Unlike mass-produced furniture, these pieces are unique, their imperfections burls, cracks, figure proof of their origin. Owners often feel a connection to the tree, sensing its history in every touch. In 2022, a Virginia family commissioned a table from a 1,500-year-old walnut felled by lightning, its grain a map of their land's past. Yet, the journey's cost lingers. The forest left behind, the energy spent in milling and drying, the dust and fumes of crafting all weigh on the craft's conscience. Artisans and buyers alike must grapple with this, choosing paths that honor the tree's sacrifice. Sustainable practices, from selective harvesting to low-impact finishing, offer hope, ensuring the craft endures without exhausting its source. As the artisan steps back, tools still, the finished piece stands ready. It is a testament to skill, patience, and the tree's ancient life. From forest to home, the journey spans centuries, linking past to present in wood that will outlive us all.